Channel 11.
Good afternoon. We are breaking into regular programming for that breaking news this afternoon. A man accused of killing a woman last night in Blountville has been arrested in Johnson City. We're glad you're joining us. I'm Sarah Diamond. We're waiting to hear from the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office in Blountville. They're about to hold a news conference. Let's go live to that news conference right now.
Sheriff's Office was called to a shooting, of course, that you all know about, Deck Lane in Blountville last night. An investigation immediately began, and Donald Harry Britt was named as a suspect. The victim is 36-year-old Katie Arnold from Deck Lane. A search for Britt immediately began last night for his apprehension. The red Dodge Challenger that Britt was believed to be driving was recovered earlier this morning. Sullivan County detectives immediately obtained an active arrest warrant for Donald Britt, charging him with first-degree murder in violation of probation. Today, around 10:30 a.m., the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office also received a call to check welfare on Stevenson Hill Road in Blountville that did not show for an individual that did not show up for work. Deputies responded to the residence and located the resident inside deceased. At this time, we are not releasing the second victim's name pending the notification of next of kin. The vehicle belonging to the deceased individual at the Stevenson Hill address became our next vehicle of interest, which was a 2007 Nissan Xterra, beige in color. This investigation is ongoing, and the detectives are still actively on scene gathering information, and additional charges are pending on Mr. Britt. The vehicle in question was spotted in Jonesboro, and a pursuit ensued. The pursuit ended a short time later when Britt crashed and was taken into custody. He was transported to the hospital for injuries sustained in the incident, but I definitely want to thank our detectives for quickly identifying the suspect and also for the assistance from adjoining jurisdictions such as Washington County, Johnson City Police Department, Tennessee Highway Patrol, Jonesboro Police Department, the Washington County Sheriff's Office, and of course our great partners with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. They were actively able to quickly identify the suspect and apprehend him, and no further injuries occurred. So I'll take any questions. Like I say, as long as a lot of this, when it comes to our second investigation, our detectives are on scene right now actively investigating, so really can't release much at this time on that. But it's like I say, the victim of the second homicide was, the vehicle was located and he was in that vehicle. The suspect was.
Relationship between the suspect and the first victim?
Pre-existing relationship.
So you're dealing with two homicides?
Two homicides.
Okay.
Any motive on the first?
Not at this time. We're still actively investigating that.
Cause it, or how's the person?
Gunshot wounds, both.
Gunshot wound?
Both.
You both?
Both.
Okay.
There's been some posts on social media regarding carjacking incidents in other parts of the Tri-Cities like Johnson City. Is that related to this incident, do you know?
I'll have to refer you to the jurisdictions that those incidences occurred in, because we're unaware of where, what location, and what transpired. So if you notify or to contact those jurisdictions.
Do you anticipate first-degree murder in the second case?
Yeah, we'll get with our district attorney's office and pursue charges on this second case as well. And as soon as we do get the charges on this second, we'll definitely get all the information out to you all.
Is he still currently in the hospital?
Yes.
Can you describe the pursuit and the circumstances of that?
That'll be Johnson City, Jonesboro, THP. They did a great job apprehending him. No further injury to officers or anyone else except for the suspect sustained some injuries and was transported to the hospital.
Do you believe he viewed the second victim?
We're not really sure. Like I say, we're still gathering a lot of information, and we don't know if there was any relationship or any acquaintance there. So that'll be part of our investigation, finding out, what led to him going to the second residence and what led to the incident there as well.
No known connection to the first victim between second and first victim?
None at this time. Like I say, it's still pending further investigation.
Did you uncover the murder weapon?
Not at this time, but I'm sure that that's still part of the investigation, and we'll release all that as soon as we get that. There's a lot if you understand. We've got 3 crime scenes. We've got the Stevenson Hill, the Deck Lane, now at the pursuit involved in Johnson City. So I'm not sure what was recovered there, and that'll be all released at a later time.
Were you guys tipped off that he was in Jonesboro at all? Is that why that pursuit began, or?
No, man, we got the information out really quickly to all of our surrounding agencies. Well, like I say, just an outstanding job by all of our adjoining agencies to quickly locate this suspect and pursue him and get him into custody quick, because he's a huge menace and a danger to society, and he needs to be incarcerated.
Did he have a previous criminal record?
Yes, sir. Matter of fact, he was out on probation.
And that second victim was male or female?
Male, so second victim.
Was any of the previous offenses violent offenses?
I'm not sure. I hadn't looked at his criminal history, but I do know that he's had prior charges, prior criminal offenses.
Do you know how long he'd been out on probation?
I have no idea, sir. Yeah. Any other questions? Thank you again for showing up, and as soon as we get any more information on the other active investigation we're working, we'll get it out to you guys as quick as possible, and the name, of course, of the victim, which, pending notification of family, we won't release, but we'll get all that information out to you as quick as possible.
And how are you able to know that Britt might be connected to the second victim?
The vehicle he was involved in, the pursuit that we put a bolo out on, was the deceased vehicle, if that makes sense.
The Xterra.
Yeah, the Xterra.
Like, how did it go from finding him at the second victim's home, though? Was it just because you found that it was his vehicle that he was driving? The second victim's vehicle?
Well, the second homicide, we treated, just like any homicide. We investigated and found further information that led us to believe he was definitely connected to the second one as well. Any more questions? Thank you all for y'all's time, and if you need anything from us, let us know. Appreciate you. Thank you, y'all.
You just heard from Sullivan County Sheriff Jeff Cassidy about the arrest of a suspect in not one but now 2 deaths in the Tri-Cities. Donald Britt was captured in Johnson City this afternoon. Just a quick recap, police found Katie Arnold, 36-year-old Katie Arnold, dead on Deck Lane, and said that Donald Britt would be driving a certain car. Well, about 10:30 this morning, according to the sheriff, Sullivan County Sheriff's deputies did a welfare check on Stevenson Hill Road and found a male victim dead of gunshots. Beige Nissan Xterra was missing. Now, at that time, Northeast State Community College in Blountville also put a shelter-in-place warning out to people on its messaging service, and it did clear it a little bit later. And then that's when Sheriff Cassidy said outstanding job of communicating within departments in the Tri-Cities. Donald Britt was found in that beige Nissan Xterra and was taken into custody. There was a crash, and Sheriff Cassidy says as of right now, Britt is in the hospital for his injuries. That is the latest from investigators. They are right now dealing with 3 crime scenes. One on Deck Lane, the original that happened last night. The one on Stevenson Road, which police say happened this morning, late this morning. And then the one in Johnson City where police chased Britt in that beige Nissan Xterra and where he crashed and is now in the hospital. Detectives are looking at all 3 places. No motive as of right now, but according to Sheriff Jeff Cassidy, Cassidy says Britt is a huge menace, a danger to society, and needs to be incarcerated. He also stated he was out on probation. He has a prior criminal record. That is the latest from Sullivan County Sheriff Jeff Cassidy. Again, outstanding cooperation with several agencies around here: Washington County, Johnson City, TBI, Jonesboro, THP, all lending a hand in this. And you're looking right now at video from the crash scene in Johnson City. This is what police came upon as Britt, according to police, crashed that beige Nissan Xterra. One of 3 crime scenes that detectives are working with today. Again, one on Deck Lane last night, one on Stevenson Hill Road found late this morning, and then this one in Johnson City. Now we want to take you to, we have video of Stevenson Hill Road. This is the second crime scene right now. This was taken a bit earlier today. And this shows detectives at the Stevenson Hill Road residence where the second victim was found with gunshots. Again, found dead. And that is where police say Donald Britt got the beige Nissan Xterra. Not sure right now what kind of relationship the suspect and this second victim had. But right now what they're saying is that Britt was driving that beige Nissan Xterra that belonged to the person found dead on Stevenson Hill Road. Again, Donald Britt is in custody. He is still in the hospital. He sustained some injuries in that crash in Johnson City, and that's when police took him into custody. No word on how long he is going to be in the hospital, and police say that once he is out of the hospital, he will be still in custody, and he will be taken to the jail. That is all for now. We will have updates all throughout the afternoon on our website, WJHL.com. We will update these stories as soon as we get new information, and you will have breaking news, I'm sure, later on this afternoon, starting at 4 o'clock on First at 4. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. I'm Sarah Diamond. We'll continue our live coverage, our regular programming. We'll see you back here at 4.